Hi, my name is Steve Miller, and I'm your professor for family sociology, and I'm really looking forward to getting this course up and going. And I hope you enjoy the course. We all have a family, so this course will apply to all of us. So I hope you get something for this for yourself, whether it's because you want to understand some of the dynamics of your own family or the one that you're going to create your own in the future. And then we're going to keep going in the family development. So this is a Gen Ed course, which is also known as a liberal arts. And so in Ontario, all colleges encourage most, if not all, programs to include 2, 3, or 4 Gen Eds to round out your education. Now, in this particular overview, I'm going to do some things just to review so that we can find things. So if you're watching this and you're listening to me, then please watch it through to the end and then complete your orientation quiz. And that is found in the test assignment and journal accessed here folder. And it needs to be completed by January 26th at 5 p.m. And it's based entirely on this video that you're watching plus your syllabus. Now in this video I'm going to highlight a couple of important things that you should know that's going to help you get started in this class. And I'm going to touch on things like what does asynchronous mean to this class, and where in Blackboard am I going to find anything. And I know that some of you have been very helpful, so you probably already have a good handle on what's going on in Blackboard. So I'll show a lot of things. I'll also show you now what I know about how we're going to do the assignment. Before I get going anywhere else, before we get started, I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who helped out. And in fact, those who couldn't at this point, I understand it's the beginning of the semester. So thank you for everybody who did what they could and to respond with screenshots or confirmation that things were now working or checking things for me. I appreciate it. I can't explain why I don't have a student view. I've put an email out for support. I haven't heard back yet. So as soon as I do, I'll either leave things as they are, or depending upon how early this is, I might get it the way I had in mind. But chances are I'm just going to leave things as they are. So let's get started. To begin, asynchronous. Well, asynchronous means that you can take this course any day of the week, any time of the day. Now, those of you that are taking synchronous online classes or are in class, well, you know that you are all meeting at the same time, at the same place, all together. So that's what makes us different. There's a strength to it. The strength, of course, is you can take it anytime you want. I've got students who take this course, it seems, at 3 in the morning, 10 at night. I mean, it's varied. I can check to see when people are logging in and what they're doing, so I can sort of see that's a weird time to be working, but so be it. Now, the disadvantage to the asynchronous is it's a hallmark on time management. So I highly recommend that you find a place on your calendar, or you have a roster with all your in-class and synchronous classes. So find 3 hours that you can put family sociology in and have a chance to watch my videos, mark up your e-text with highlights, or I think they have notes that you can attach there and comments you can put in your e-text. So that will be all very helpful. Now, before we get started with the tour, I should just give you a little heads up about what we're going to do in this course. Now, this course we're going to look at and we're going to discover what is family sociology. Now, there's both sides of that are important. The family is, well, we're going to look at a variety of definitions. There isn't a single one definition to describe family. And then we're going to look also a bit about sociology as a science, or family sociology as a science. And then, with the research-bound foundation of family sociology, we're going to look at a number of different topics and concepts. Now, what's interesting about the way this is going to fold out is that we're sort of tracking through family life over time. more in terms of your own time. When you're born into a family of orientation, that's the family you were born into, there's stages you go through before you leave your parents' home and start out on your own. And so that's a stage and a transition. And there's other transitions that go on right and through until we're no longer here on this earth. So we'll look at all of that, plus some of the issues that do affect family dynamics. Now, this, where we're looking at right now on the screen, is our entry point into family sociology. And I want to go through the top here on these tabs. We start into the content tab. And in this content tab comes all of our content. So that's a really important first part. Now, the calendar is useful and you can add content to the calendar. The calendar is already populated, but only with the due dates of material in class. So that's due dates for assignment, due dates for tests will be in there when they're up. I haven't got the tests up yet. And due dates for the journals, but it doesn't have the opening or the start date. So you may want to go in, if that's the kind of calendar you'd like to use, and get that filled in with all your course material for family sociology. Every shell has its own calendar. The announcements, as you've seen, I've put out a few of them. They splash up onto the screen up here when you first log into your shell. Otherwise, you just click on assignment, or on announcements, and then all the announcements that are there will be available for you. I'm not using discussions for this class, so we'll just bypass it. Gradebook is a place you'd like to go to see how you're doing. And things like tests and quiz, as soon as you've done them, they are immediately marked, and so you can see your result. Messages is a place that we all can communicate to one another. That's you to me and you to one another. And so it's a good place that you might want to get started in sort of organizing when will you meet and how will you get together for the family sociology assignment. Analytics, it's what you see on your end as a student is one element where you can, I guess, compare yourself to other students in the class. I don't find that particularly helpful. However, as the faculty, the analytics for me is allowing me to see how you're doing as a collection of students or as individuals and see where you've been in Blackboard and whether you've gone to the places you should be going to. Now, this is the peculiar one, groups. Now, I'm going to click on it because it says I don't have any groups. I'm in what's called student view, student preview. I think you can see that up here. So I can't see the groups, but I understand you see them here. Now, I did send messages to everybody, every group, and it will be labeling your group with a number, and you will see in that, I understand, is who your group members are. I would like you to get together and find out, look at your group contract and start scheduling some meetings and getting yourself going on this as quickly as you can. It might be helpful to get an early start. Okay, now we're in content. Right here, this is, the college has asked us to put this up, and we put it up. I think it's almost in everybody's, and it's just a place to get started. Here you get a welcome, a land acknowledgement, and a navigating your Blackboard course. If you struggle with accessing Blackboard or navigating, some of these places are helpful. This orientation is just to try to help you understand how I've populated this. Now, one of the first places you ought to go is right here. Syllabus, assignments, and journals. Journal is here. And I've also got some additional support videos. So let's have a peek. In here, I'll move it up a bit. There we go. That's your syllabus right here. Now you can drop it down and have a peek at it. However, I would really recommend that you click on these little dots and download the document. That way you can have it at your convenience and be able to transfer the data, particularly the open and close dates and due dates for everything that's going to have a grade to it. So this is an important document. Now, with every document that I post, I make a short video or a video walking you through what's in the syllabus and where I think you should really pay attention. So please watch those. They may help you understand some of the concepts or some of the elements here about how important your syllabus is, or in this case, your assignment. Now, I've indicated in the email that or the message that I sent you, that you will locate your resources in 2 locations. Well, it's not like you're getting all of the resources. Here you're getting the assignment, then you're getting this overview and scenario. The scenario is about Bill and Ann and their 2 kids. So you will read about their life, and that's who you are shopping for, and that is who you're thinking of when doing the crisis and when doing the summary. There's your group contract. I've made it as a Word document so that you can type into it, get it saved, save it as a PDF, and then post it in the place that I've put post your contract here. I'll show you that in a moment. And then there's your video. Now the video, I'll have to say, may not be entirely accurate now that we're doing things differently for the assignment, but the content for the assignment is just the same. The journal is right here. We have 6 journals in family sociology. The first journal is your quiz. So you really only, well, not only, but you really have 5 journals. Now here's the extra videos that I've made. Some of them are more helpful for being an online learner, and some are just more specific to my class. The first one here is online success tips. I've made this a few years ago, and it's helpful. I think I made it during the pandemic, actually. And in this, what's really important is some of the things that are most important about being online, and I mentioned it when I was talking about asynchronous, and that is time management. So in this particular video, I walk through some time management. Another part of this video is inclusive about your Wi-Fi connections. Now, why I mention this in an online class is, in order to take an online class, of course you need good internet connection. But students who live together with other students, and each having a phone, a tablet, and a computer, you might be draining or weakening your Wi-Fi signal by having so many devices connected. If you're writing a test and your Wi-Fi drops, I can't fix it, and nor can I reset the test because your Wi-Fi drops. Your responsibility is to make sure either everybody shuts off their phones and their tablets. You don't need everything shut off. You just need a reduced number of Wi-Fi eaters. And then also in this, so you should be hardwired. That is, you should be connected using a cable that connects from a router into your computer, a direct line. Now the third thing I talk about in here is about balance. You know, the balance between family, work, being a student, social life. Create a balance. Balance is always better than having a teeter-totter of a system going. And then the last thing I touch on here is the use of the student services in each of the campuses. The how to make a PDF document, I prefer to see everything handed in as a PDF, largely because I can be certain that what you've produced in your assignment comes to me the way you intended. Sometimes when it's, see, I'm on a Mac and I don't use a Word document. I can make a Word document out of my Mac, but I can't always be able to see it the way you've made it. So the PDF is the safest way. You can do it with a PC or a Mac, and this video will help you with that. The third video that I've posted is just how to use your devices, whether that's your phone, your smartphone, or your tablet, the calendar, because it's a handy little thing, and setting alerts helps you get reminders about when to start things or that things are coming due. The last thing that we have is the course outline. Now this will be helpful for you should you be taking courses in the future that need to show, you know, to another institution what you took. If you were planning on taking a program in another post-secondary and you needed to take a gen ed, this course could replace that gen ed and you could be exempt, but you'll need this course outline to show them for that comparison. All right. Let's close this and go to another important area, how to access me and your required e-text. So we'll click here and we'll start with the e-text. What's neat about here, I put a link in for you to take you to the bookstore, but you're going to need the course CRN, course registry number. And that's ours right there. It's also in the top left-hand corner, I think, of your Blackboard shell. So we're going to copy that. Whoops, we'll copy that. And you also need to have access to your student number so that when we click to go to the bookstore, I can put my number in there, my CRN, you put your student number there, and then you search. There's our textbook, and that's what you need to purchase. It is required. It's used a lot of cases. You're going to need it for the tests. You're allowed to use your textbook and any notes you make during your tests so that that e-text can be used to make notes as well as highlight and just like a regular text. So you will find that useful. And my videos that I make aren't always the most comprehensive. I cover everything, but I bring in other material as well. So it's helpful for the textbook to help with your test. Now the Steve Miller contact information, many of you have already discovered this, and thank you. There's my email. Please use your Georgian email at all times. I'm not allowed, nor is any faculty. The Ontario Privacy Commissioner says that personal emails exchanged between faculty and students is breaching your privacy, so no. If you make an email request, I have a couple of, 3 actually, protocols. Please include your name. It seems rather obvious, but please do. Also, fill in the subject. I get a lot of spam, and it's oftentimes subject clear, and I don't respond to subject clear. Put the course name in there, because that's the third one. What course of mine are you in? I teach 4 different courses every semester. This semester I'm teaching Psychology 2, Family Sociology, Lifestyle Management, and Criminology. There we go. So if you put the course name in, then I can answer your question better. I can also meet you through WebEx or MS Teams. Use your email, throw in the appropriate protocol, tell me what day and time you'd like to meet, and if I can do that, I will reply with a link to my room, and then when you click it, I'll be there and we can chat. Please say in your email what it is you want to talk about so I can be prepared. That will help me out a lot. And on Wednesdays, I don't answer student emails. It's because I'm making more videos on the Wednesday. Alrighty, let's carry on. Now the next area we should be paying attention to, and this is what we were doing before, is looking at everything here. Now I've made some changes. So what I've done, your quiz is right here. The journals are locked until they're supposed to be open, and those are located in your syllabus. Now you've got 3 opens here. Here you'll find, and let's open it, you're going to find that I've commented on some important dates regarding this assignment, and these are all of your extra resources that you'll need. The Canada Food Guide, their group contract, I've located it here as well. This is the scenario that was in the other area. But this is the quintil data. This one is just of Ontario. This one is of Ontario and Canada. I'm providing them for you for 2 reasons. One, it's where you'll get the information for your quintil 1. You guys are all in quintil 1. So you look at the quintil 1 column only. That's where you get your data for what you're going to be doing with this assignment. But these 2 are important too, because when you do your summary or the crisis, you might want to reflect on some of the consequences of poverty or some of the patterns of poverty. It might give you some additional information to help with your assignment. Now, I've made 2 other places. Here's where you're going to post your contract. There's no points for it. I've given 4 attempts only because sometimes people want to check to see that they've done it. So let's go in. Just post your PDF here, click there. You can come over and click there and attach your PDF. Bang, it's right there. Or if you've got your file folder open, you can just drag and pop that PDF contract rate in there. And that's it. Then you submit it. Now I can't submit it because I don't have anything in there to submit. Your group assignment is exactly the same. Only it's worth 66 points, again, for submit attempts. March 28th at 5 p.m. is when it closes. And essentially, you post your PDF right in there as well. Please, just one PDF per group. You need to bring all your resources together. Give it to one person. One person voluntarily take the material, put it together in one document, save it as a PDF, and post it. That would be super happy. It makes it easier for me to mark. However, it's not mandatory. I know group work can be a struggle, but I would prefer that. It makes it easier and I don't lose items. Okay, that's really this area, and I hope this is all going to work out well for us. If you have any questions regarding this group work, please keep me informed. Your contract is what's going to keep you guys together on your own, being able to work, that if somebody drops out or somebody doesn't participate, your consequences will kick in. I think on that I put in that anybody who doesn't complete or doesn't participate gets a 0. You can correct that and put your own consequence in. If you're happy with that consequence, put the names of the people who participated on the assignment. I'll be able to recognize from that. Okay, here is student help and support. There's 3 things here for you. The student support system, they're particularly focusing on Blackboard and Banner. The student success supports, this is giving you insight as to how to connect with the student services on your campus, and the Blackboard Ultra student help and support. Now the last couple of things, one, every week we have content, and every week they look very, very similar. They will all have this breakdown, and they will all basically look like this, except they will have different content. So I put a little brief introduction where the learning objectives from the course outline fit. In this case, you have a reminder about the January 8 to the January 26 for the quiz. When the quiz is done, I'll be posting it here. I'll post it in the first announcement that I made, and I'll post it in week 1 as well. Now these are our content. Now it's not unusual, but I'm making videos and I'll show you basically what I would recommend that you do. 1.
Hi, welcome to Family Sociology.
Open it up.
We're going to begin.
There's I am. I'll turn it off. You don't have me talking. Yeah, there he is staring at you. And then make sure that it's an HD. It just makes it be more clear. All right. Well, let's get that guy out of here. Now, if there's a quiz, I put it here. If there's a test, I put it there, and summarizing just really briefly what we did and what we're going to do next week. Now, every week will be like this, and this is where your content is every week. Okay, now, I think the only other thing that I need to bring up is just comes up once in a while, but I want to remind you that there are no extensions. Now, I say that is not absolute. There's only 2 ways that I will accept requests for extensions or a do-over, and that is through coming through the accommodation letters through the Disability Office and Accessibility Office. Students with disabilities who have been diagnosed have documentation. They take them to the Disability or Accessibility Office and can negotiate through that office with their documentation what sort of accommodations were appropriate for their sort of disability. And I will honor anything that comes from that office in a letter in terms of our accommodations. That's not a problem. All other requests must follow the academic policy and responsibilities. Now you'll see that link in your syllabus. Please make yourself familiar with that. It's regarding test taking and assignments and academic integrity. That's on both you and I. You, to make sure that you meet your expectations, put everything in a calendar, show up on time for tests and assignments and such. And for me, to make sure that everything's there. And again, I have to say thank you for helping me with that. And I will certainly help you by putting announcements up and trying to be supportive and helpful any way I can. But I can't just give extensions because you're busy or because your internet went down. I'm sorry, those are not reasons that I can support through the college policies and academic regulations. Well, this is a completion of my orientation and walkthrough of this course. I hope it's been helpful. I look forward to getting started in this semester, and I really hope you get a lot from this course. And again, I thank you all for your patience, your support, and your help. It's been much appreciated, and it's not lost on me either. So thank you so much. Bye for now.